Bungie is a studio adrift. This is a studio that has been known to make some of the best FPS games ever. The Halo series, Destiny and Destiny 2, and most recently, Marathon. But with this decade-long wait after Destiny 2, after many callbacks from all of the garbage that they've been releasing recently and all of the problems that they've had with Destiny 2, they decided, okay, look, let's put all of our focus on Marathon. This will be our next big game. So they cut back support for Destiny 2, and even over the past decade, they've locked off paid content, so even if you bought expansions, you couldn't play the content, and they've just winded down support, and even the support that they still do have pales in comparison to what they once promised and offered originally when the game was full $60 price. And now Marathon coming in at $40, attempting, I guess, to break into the extraction shooter genre, is a game that just cannot save Bungie. It is a game that cannot meet the mark when it's necessary. After Sony spent nearly $4 billion on this studio, I can't personally see how Bungie is going to make that money back. And with Marathon apparently costing upwards of $300 million in development costs, on top of the $3.54 billion they already got from Sony, and Sony spent another $1 billion to retain employees to make sure that they stayed. We actually have reports coming out that not only has Bungie not been working on Destiny 3, but apparently there's going to be layoffs at the studio after Marathon's little bits have finished up and after Destiny 2 finally closes in a few weeks with its live service support. Destiny 2 still holds concurrently more players than Marathon, except for this week in particular when this video is being recorded because they have a free week. But Destiny 2 just shows that, look, you can still have a huge fan base here that support and play the game because people really enjoy it. And unfortunately enough, Sony, in all of their infinite wisdom, decided not to greenlight Destiny 3 because it would cost too much money. Yeah, that's how game development works, guys. You have to spend how much money did they spend on Spider-Man 2? Wasn't it like $300-400 million? You guys are okay blowing money on something that people are going to play once and then probably never again, instead of a 10-year cycle where you can make billions of dollars. And layoffs cannot save the studio. I don't know where Sony thinks it's a good idea to lay off employees at Bungie. Because what is going to happen is not only have you wasted over $1 billion to retain said employees, but these people are not like robots. They have their own offerings. They have their own DNA that they add to the studio. So when you remove the DNA that Bungie puts into every single one of their games, not only are you going to be cutting back on the quality of the games that Bungie is going to be producing, but you're cutting back on literally every single part of the studio. This was once a studio that was able to pump out Halo games every 3 years. A consistent quality, mind you. All of them, from Halo 1 to Reach, all pretty solid games, all pretty damn good games. 343, completely different story, but Bungie was really good at that. And then they came out with Destiny. Everyone really liked it. Destiny 2, even better. And 10 years later, we get Marathon. And it is probably some of the most inconsistent garbage and just so poorly put together. And this isn't a review of Marathon, but it can't save the company. It can't. And I genuinely don't know what's next for Bungie. I don't see how they can last the rest of the decade. I don't see how they can barely last the rest of the year. I can imagine Sony giving them a little bit more money. Like, hey, look, let's see if we can revive Marathon, get some solid little bits of cosmetic microtransactions in here. But when you sell red skins for upwards of $20, why would people play that? Why would people buy that? And you even have the bigger problem. And this is a problem that goes for a lot of live service games, and especially games like Concord and Highguard. When you have a game that no one has confidence in for its future, people think, oh my god, this game could get shut down in a few months, and I've wasted my money. They're just not going to spend the money on the skins. Why would I say, as a Highguard player, for example, spend $20 on bundles when I don't think the game is going to last more than 3 months, which it didn't. No one bought Highguard skins because not only were they poor quality, overpriced, but no one wanted to buy them because no one had confidence in the game's longevity. No one has confidence in Marathon. Yeah, they'll get their initial $40 for sales, but when you only sell upwards of 2 million copies, I mean, you're not breaking even on your $200 million budget, which I don't understand how you even got that high as a budget, man. How? Why did you put so much effort into an extraction shooter when it is such a niche audience? Yes, Arc Raiders did a fantastic job. The game still holds 50, 60,000 concurrent players regularly, even almost half a year to 8 months after launch. And even with content droughts, that game is still fun and engaging. But Marathon is just so, what is this? How did it take you several years? Why did you take support away from a game that was successful to do this? It's like if Bethesda took away support from The Elder Scrolls 6 and moved it to Fallout 76. Like, what would be the correlation there? You're putting time and money into something that not as many people are going to play, not as many people are going to enjoy, into your next big title. Why wasn't Destiny 3 like also co-developed here? Why didn't you guys have two separate teams? Why did it take the entire studio, apart from like maybe a skeleton crew or like a third of the studio, probably less, to work on Destiny 2 to develop Marathon? Why did it take you several years? Like, seriously, the mismanagement, the overcompensation for a niche genre of video game, and just expecting it to blow up because it has your name on it, because it's a remake of like a 30-year-old game that was once just like an FPS, like Doom. It was a Doom clone. It's literally what it was. Like, what was the purpose of everything here? You've consistently created solid titles, and then you kind of fumble around a little bit with Destiny 2, a little bit. You lock off content. People will still play it. New content's coming. And then you bar support. It's like, all right, we're doing one update a year, and we're making Marathon. Oh my god, it's gonna be crazy. And like, no one played it. Like, no one played it. I mean, it was like, I think there were more concurrent players on Highguard at its peak than Marathon. And I know Highguard was free, but it was also Highguard. Like, complete awful experience. And even making Marathon free to play for a week, you can't save it. Because I just don't see the future here where Marathon is going to be that game that saves Bungie. It's just not going to happen. This is a studio that is on its last legs. And it is so sad because Bungie is like known for legendary first-person shooters, like legendary titles. But the majority of them are either not working there anymore, and we've heard that. I mean, like, most of them that worked on Halo are probably at Halo Studios in 343. The majority of them are going to be getting laid off soon because they're stopping development on Destiny 2, which no Destiny 2 player wants, mind you, because you're not making Destiny 3. If they came out, right? Look, we're winding down support on Destiny 2. We're going to have Skeleton Crew just to do some basic stuff. And here's a Destiny 3 trailer. It's going to be absolutely insane, right? And Marathon's another little side game. I don't think anyone would have an issue. But when you come to me, when you come to the gaming community, when you come to people who have been playing your games for decades, when you come to us and you say, look, we got Marathon, it's okay. Niche audience, we know not everyone's going to like it. We're going to continue to support it with some light content updates, right? Destiny 2, small little stuff. But we got Destiny 3, right? It's like, no, you don't. It's like, so what are you doing? What are you doing? And you have nothing in development? You have nothing. You are still in the phase of, hey, we're thinking of new ideas. So like, what are you doing? What is the plan here? You can't just become a Marathon support studio because that game's not going to last till late next year. I highly doubt it. I guarantee you that like, Marathon is really going to be struggling by the middle of next year. Like, I can't imagine it has more than 5,000 players by middle of next year concurrently, right? Probably even less. Halo Infinite might last longer than Marathon. And I know Halo Infinite is free to play, but no one plays it even though it's free to play. No one plays that goddamn title. And it's just so unfortunate, too, because Sony spending $4 billion on this fucking studio was retaliation, right, for Microsoft buying Activision Blizzard King. And it's like the biggest $4 billion you guys have ever wasted. Bigger than the Concord development, where you spent upwards of $400 million on a fucking hero shooter. It's just Sony's live service doesn't work. And they want to expand into live service. And they have had more failed projects in live service than I think any other studio. Maybe apart from GT7. Maybe apart from that one game. But all racing games usually do well. I mean, Forza Horizon 5 and 6 have done amazing. Both on Xbox, PS5, and PC. It's just... What's next, Bungie? What's next? Like, I imagine what's next is your studio's done. Sony's gonna tax write off you because they blew $4 billion somehow, right? Marathon's gonna be dead by the end of next year. Destiny 3 will never release, and Destiny 2 will be a lightly supported game, maybe by by a support studio. Maybe Sony will get like a few devs on it, right? They'll keep some of you there for some tax purposes, just because people keep buying microtransactions. Like, the studio's done. It can't save you. Marathon won't save you unless you can develop Destiny 3 in another 3 years maximum, and you can really put some real effort into it. You just rush it out. It's fun. It's quality. It's got good price microtransactions. If it's free to play or paid, doesn't really matter. Just, I want to see better from this studio. A studio that we expect and we hold to a high regard, but they just can't seem to get it right.